Hello listeners, I am Amir Mehboob, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. Well friends, today I am here to take a very interesting and a very useful topic with all of you. And the name of my topic is non-verbal communication. Friends, we all know what is communication. Communication is the process of transferring or transmitting your ideas, your views, your facts, your opinions, and your concepts from one person to another. There are two types of communication we all know, verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication includes oral communication and written communication, whereas non-verbal communication includes various subjects, various aspects and various topics about which we will be talking and discussing today. So friends, starting with the meaning of non-verbal communication. What is non-verbal communication? Non-verbal communication is one of the types of communication which is used for conveying messages, for delivering messages without using any words or any language. So when we talk about the definition of the meaning of non-verbal communication, it says non-verbal communication is the type of communication that does not involve the exchange of words. Now here we need to understand the exchange of words. In the beginning of my today's talk, I told you communication involves exchange of words, exchange of meanings, exchange of thoughts. Now here also we have exchange of words, exchange of thoughts, exchange of opinions, exchange of ideas, but without using any language, without using any words, without using any oral or written form of communication. Non-verbal communication is a very important type of communication which you will come to know in the later part of the today's lecture. Communication through sending and receiving wordless messages. Now here we will talk something about wordless messages. You know, we give so many messages to people without actually speaking something. That is why it is said that your actions speak louder than words. Non-verbal communication is also known as body language, your gestures, your postures, what you are speaking. Right now I am talking to all of you. I am using my oral communication. I am delivering a lecture. My lecture is a part of oral communication. Non-verbal communication I am using for supporting my verbal communication is non-verbal communication. That is my gestures, my postures, my actions. That is why it is said there are many examples like facial expressions, time management, body language. I'll tell you something about body language. Your actions, your gestures, your postures, they do a lot of talking. Without actually uttering a single word, without actually speaking a single word, we can convey so many things. A lot of communication we can convey. That is why it is said that along with oral communication and written communication, non-verbal communication should also be taken very seriously, and it is something which is learned, which is developed and which is inculcated. It comes by practice also. Well, there are different types of non-verbal communication such as touch, gestures, eye contact, facial expressions. Touch communication is known as haptics. Haptics is what we convey or we communicate with the help of touch. Then we have gestures and postures. Your hand movement, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you stand, the way you sit, the way you use your hands, your face gestures, of course, tell a lot. All these are included in non-verbal communication. Then eye contact is, of course, a very important type of non-verbal communication. It is said our face is the index of our heart. Our face does a lot of talking, and in our face the most talking element is our eyes. You know, eyes do a lot of talking. You know, you can judge a person's emotions, feelings, sentiments, how that person, whether that person is confident or not, just by looking at the eyes and just by looking at the face of the person, we can come to know. So that is what we can say, that eye contact is an important type of non-verbal communication. Then we have facial expressions also. Your face also does a lot of talking. Whether you are happy, you are sad, you are surprised, you are embarrassed, or you are frustrated, you are furious, all these expressions are displayed on our face, and the person, the listener who is in front of you gets a lot of meaning. He gets a lot of communication. where movements of parts of the body, especially hand or head, to express an idea, or of course your feelings and your emotions. Non-verbal communication is a communication which covers almost 65% of your communication. So you'll be surprised, and only remaining 35% is verbal communication. So when we see this statistics, we can imagine the significance and the importance of non-verbal communication. Okay, so now coming to the next point. Now let's talk something about the differences between verbal and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication, as I told you, is the exchange of information by words, exchange of thoughts, feelings, emotions by words. It has less chances of confusion and misunderstanding. Now here you need to understand confusion and misunderstanding. Sometimes non-verbal communication can be misunderstood, but if it is something in writing, absolutely clear, it cannot be misunderstood. The message which leads to prompt interchange of information and also does not require the presence of both the parties. There is no need, of course. Okay, but on the other hand, when we talk about non-verbal communication, it is the exchange of information by wordless cues. Now here you need to understand what is the meaning of wordless cues. We don't have any words, we don't have any letter writing, we don't have any talking going on. Okay, it is just by your actions, by your body language, by your kinesics, haptics, proxemics, artifacts, your gestures, your postures, and of course your face movements tell a lot. There are of course, since there are no words, there is no writing, it has some more chances of confusion and misunderstanding the message, and it takes more time, which requires presence of both parties. Okay, after having the differences between verbal and non-verbal communication, we go to the next slide, and that is, so verbal communication is 35%, whereas non-verbal communication is 65%. In non-verbal communication, everything what is involved is neither written nor spoken language, but it includes all forms of communication that occurs without the use of words. Again, the same point, without the use of words, and in simple words, we can say non-verbal communication is a process of communicating ideas or messages through facial expressions and body language. Another word for body language is kinesics. Okay, another word, technical word for body language is kinesics. All kinds of body language is included in kinesics. And when we talk about facial expressions, I'll be showing you some slides where you'll be seeing various kinds of faces displaying different kinds of meaning. Of course, hundreds kinds of face expressions explaining and telling different types of meanings. So it makes verbal communication complete. Mind you, this is a very important point which we all should understand. It makes verbal communication complete. Now, I am communicating with all of you verbally, and I am using my face, I am using my hands, I am using my gestures, I am using my postures, because I want to make my verbal communication, my oral talk, effective. So, non-verbal communication, my dear friends, is used as a supplement to verbal communication. It adds to the meaning of verbal communication. Okay. Now, next we will talk about. So, non-verbal communication, in simple words, is the transmission of messages or signals through a non-verbal platform, such as eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, postures, and the distance, of course. Distance, the technical word is proxemics. Okay, distance language, the kind of relationship we have, who you are and who you are talking to will decide, and what is the occasion, what is the matter, what is the purpose of your communication, what is your relationship with the person to whom you are talking, will decide the distance. We have no right to interfere or to intrude in somebody else's boundary or territory. That is why proxemics or distance language is also very important in non-verbal communication. Talking about the various forms of non-verbal communication, facial expressions. Our face, human face, is extremely expressive, and of course, as I told you, it is able to convey lots and lots of meaning. So first and foremost, the most important type of non-verbal communication is your facial expressions, Body movements and postures, of course, now we talk about body. When we talk about body movements, of course, body movements include all parts of body, whether it is your face, your hands, okay, and your overall gestures and postures. Okay, my dear friends. So many books are being written on body language. So many lectures are being taking place on body language, because in the present scenario, in this competitive world where communication plays an important role, the importance and the significance of body language, and to be more precise, the importance of non-verbal communication cannot be ignored, cannot be sidelined, because people are very smart nowadays. They judge us by our expressions. They judge us by our, dress, by our appearance, by our, overall impression, which is given by non-verbal communication. Next one is your eye contact. Your eyes do a lot of talking. Touch is also very important. Touch language is an important kind. That is why right from the childhood, children are being taught about the importance of the good touch and the bad touch. What kind of touch it is. And the technical word for touch language in non-verbal communication is haptics. Okay? Haptics is the touch language. How the person is touching you. A mother's cozy and warm touch tells a lot. When the person is very nervous or sad or, in grief, in pain, just nice touch and rubbing at the back, of course, does a lot of talking. The person can come to you, oh, he touched me and his touch was not a good touch. Touch language. Your touch also. Nowadays, doctors, so many people are using these therapies for curing the patients. Touch therapy. Then, space language, as I already told you, proxemics. Okay, space language. Okay, your proxemics. We feel uncomfortable if somebody is talking to us and if the person comes very close to us, and if the person is interfered or entered in our territory, we will feel uncomfortable. Suppose I'm a teacher and I'm talking to a student. I know how much distance should be maintained. But if I'm talking to my mom or if I'm talking to my best friend, there might not be importance of distance, because the kind of relationship we maintain. If you are talking to your mother, of course you can be very close. You can give a tight hug to your mom, because that is why proxemics. We might feel uncomfortable during a conversation because the person who is standing too close and invading in your space. We should not invade in. Then voice is very, very important. That is a part of communication which is known as paralanguage. The kind of voice you are using shows whether you are confident or you are nervous. Your paralanguage. What you speak is important, but how you speak is more important. The intonation of your voice, the tone, the accent, the voice modulation is very important. Who you are talking to will decide your voice, the level of your voice, your paralanguage. What is the occasion? If I am sharing a very happy news with all of you, my voice will, oh, hello, I want to share a very happy news with all of you. I passed with, 90% marks. But on the other hand, if the news is not a happy news, it's a sad news, it has to be down. Paralanguage, how you are speaking, your voice will modulate. The pitch of your language will be according to the mood, according to the tone, according to the occasion, and according to the topic. Very important. Non-verbal communication. That is why paralanguage, the voice is also important. It is not just what you say, it is how you say. I told you what you say is important, but how you say is very important. When you speak, other people read your voice. They judge by your voice in addition to listening to your words. Okay, friends? So, dear listeners, here are some examples of non-verbal communication, that is body language. The way you talk, okay? For example, your pauses, stress or words, okay? Then your postures, as I already told you, your postures, of course, very important part of non-verbal communication. Your appearance, what you are wearing, how you look. People say, a person is judged by his appearance, by his shoes, right from your head to toe. People judge you by your appearance, and that is also a part of non-verbal communication. Then your head movements, whether you are nodding your head, you are shaking your head, you are, of course, you are blinking your eyes. all these come under non-verbal communication. Your hand movements, when you are waving your hands or when you are, calling somebody, all these come under non-verbal communication. Your eye movements, how you move your eyes. Everything can be told, everything can be said, everything can be displayed with your eyes. Your facial expressions, whether you are happy or you are sad or you are frowning or you are angry or you are, nervous, your face will tell. Your body contact, which comes in, which is a part of haptics when you are shaking hands. People can judge your personality, people can judge your mood by the manner in which you are shaking hands with the person, So it is said that a firm handshake is always good and a loose handshake will not give a good impression. Then closeness, proxemics, how much distance you are maintaining with the person you are talking is also a part of non-verbal communication. Sounds, of course, you are laughing or you are giggling or you are the excitement or the enthusiasm in your voice or your tone also is included in non-verbal communication. Another type of non-verbal communication is artifactual communication. Artifacts, what are artifacts? When we talk about non-verbal communication, what are artifacts? Artifacts means object language, article language. Your carryings, your belongings, your accessories, your handbag, your sunglasses, your cap, your clothes. Okay, artifactual communication concerns the messages conveyed by objects. So, objects means your belongings. All things you are carrying, whatever you are carrying, okay, that of course you are carrying, and of course your attire, your dress. Suppose, let me give you an example. Suppose if you come across a person and the person has a very shabby look and the hairs are unkempt, the clothes are not ironed, and he is carrying all shabby and dirty things, definitely it will tell a lot. It will do a lot of speaking. You will get a message about that person's, shabby look, and vice versa. So, artifactual language, artifacts play a very important role. Coming to the next topic, when we talk about artifacts, of course, the clothes the person is wearing. Clothes can identify people within with subculture and subclasses. The jewelry the person is wearing, and the shoes the person is wearing, the wristwatch or the accessories or headgear. All these things come under non-verbal communication as a part of artifacts. Okay. Dear listeners, you will be surprised to know that when we talk about non-verbal communication, silence also is a kind of non-verbal communication. If you are just remaining quiet, if you are just remaining silent, that is also telling a lot. When words can't express everything, your gestures, of course, your postures do that. Okay, communication either in the form of verbal or non-verbal communication to be so intense that a person receiving a message should get a clear meaning of what has been said. Dear listeners, when we talk about non-verbal communication, one most important thing I would like to share with all of you, that it is an important type of communication which is something which should be learnt by the person who wants to excel, who wants to have command over this communication. This is something which has to be practiced. We learn a lot by observing people around us. Non-verbal communication, as I told you, is more important than verbal communication. So, extreme care and of course extreme concern and practice should be done so as to become an expert in non-verbal communication, because it is that communication which is being observed and which is being noticed by the listeners and by our peers who are around us, and it displays a lot of meaning. So, in the end, I would just like to say that communication leads to success. Communication is something which, of course, decides whether you are going to succeed or you are not going to succeed. So, dear listeners, please take communication very seriously, and to be more precise, non-verbal communication should also be taken with equal importance and should be dealt with extreme care if you want to impress others, because it is rightly said, every expression leaves an impression. Last but not the least, words, it is said, actions speak louder than words. So my dear friends, please take care of your actions. Your non-verbal communication, your body language should be excellent, should be perfect. Whenever you go to face any kind of interviews, or you are taking part in group discussions, or you are in social gatherings, social get-togethers, you have to be very careful. Thank you very much. That's all as far as non-verbal communication is concerned. I'll be back with a new topic very soon. Thank you very much. All the best to all of you, and God bless you all.